So I played the demo of Resident Evil 4 Remake, and it was enjoyable. In fact, it ended at the same spot where the original RE4's demo ended. I was hoping that would happen as well, and it did. When comparing the gameplay to the original, I think it's an improvement. Mainly because the original RE4 controls felt like it combined tank controls with a third-person shooter. And if Capcom wants to give us an action-adventure game where shooting hordes of enemies plays the bigger part, then the players should feel more flexible and less stiff, right? I hope crouching plays a part throughout the game. I like sneaking up on enemies, and if this game includes stealth kills, it's an upgrade. So the gameplay change was good. So far, it does feel like a proper remake of the original RE4 down to the end of the demo. Both versions have a cool shout of the game's title as well. After some practice, I got used to countering with the knife. It's not like 100% perfect timing. Feels like they give you a whole second to react instead of like 2 or 3 frames. Either way, it's fun to pull off. And you can slash and shank if you want. I'm glad they gave us both options over choosing only one or the other. I like how the Chainsaw Man can come out in 2 different cutscenes. That's one of the things that us OG fans love about the original trilogy, alternate cutscenes. And if this is just one of many, that'd be a bloody blessing. It's incredible how a demo like this can give you multiple replays. Not only because it's reliving the original in a new way, not only because of the speedruns, which are also always fun and can lead to hundreds of playthroughs, not only because that knife counter leads to a whole new level of entertainment, but because Capcom actually added secrets to the demo. Yeah, now they're getting back to their old roots. Capcom, I missed you. The old you! Tell me you're back for good. The secrets I'm talking about is like unlocking a hard difficulty mode, which it's actually, there's a trick to it. Not just beating the demo. And obtaining the TMP as well. But those are just some of the secrets that have been revealed over the week. I hope there are more to discover, but now that I think about it, do you guys remember that this is exactly what happened with the demo of the Resident Evil 3 Remake? A day after it released, people found secrets to unlock in that demo alone, and we even got to unlock trophies and achievements. I mean, that demo was a blast to play through. Crazy that in that case, it ended up being the best part of the entire game, but I don't think that's going to be the same with this game. You see, before when we got the Resident Evil 3 Remake, Capcom was releasing that game along with Resident Evil Resistance. Working on 2 projects at the same time in such a short deadline will not guarantee 2 perfect games. We got what was to be expected, 2 half-assed games. They're fun, no doubts about that, but they are sadly half-assed games. But in this case, the RE4 Remake is the only Resident Evil game that Capcom is putting all their attention on. I'm not affected over the rain effects that were mentioned by others as a sign of a bad game being released. Just look at the appearance of everything around you. Does it look like they're gonna leave one ugly rain effect displayed permanently throughout the game? As expected, the game looks gorgeous, and if the devs find anything that remotely looks bad, I'm sure they'll quickly get it fixed. Especially if we're talking about their bread and butter over here. I'm glad to see that the villagers still act like they do before and speak the way they do. They're like, "Ahí está. Te voy a hacer picadilla. Regalo me entrega de tu manzanita azul." I don't know if you guys know what that means, but he's just, they're pretty antagonistic. Anyways, Hunnigan made it to this demo. Her character model looks pretty good. That's as much as I can say, though, about this demo's gameplay and experience. It's good so far, but what I really want to talk about here is the remake's new intro cutscene. We gotta talk about the remake's intro cutscene. Comparing it to the original, I personally think this one did a better job. Yeah, yet another surprise to me, because here we're shown quick glimpses of Leon after Raccoon City was destroyed. Now we get to see his training, and honestly, that alone made me wish that this was something we could have seen in a CGI Resident Evil flick that included Leon in it, which is ironically all of them. Not one could have given us this, though? Damn. But the most important thing that I noticed with this remake's intro is the absence of Umbrella's fall.
September 30th, 1998. It's a day I'll never forget. The cop inside me died that day. And that night, Raccoon City was wiped out, thanks to the bioweapons created by Umbrella. Somehow I made it out, but too many others weren't so lucky. I was asked later to join a top-secret government program. Not that I had a choice. The training, punishing missions, nearly killed me. But at least I kept my mind off everything. If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain, even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
This is the biggest and best change that Capcom could possibly give us with this remake. Because let's not forget that the original Resident Evil 4's intro quickly summoned Umbrella's fall by saying that their stocks went down and they just simply went broke. That couldn't be more disappointing than the full game of the RE3 remake and the original RE4's intro. Leon was just like, 1998, I'll never forget it. There was a virus turning the innocent people of Raccoon City into zombies. It spread all over the city. The police forces, SWAT teams, soldiers, everyone with a gun was out there trying to put a stop to it. They failed. It got so out of hand that the president ordered to nuke the entirety of Raccoon City, killing hundreds to thousands of innocent lives. All thanks to Umbrella. They were the cause of the virus that started it all. Anyways, they went broke after the stock market crashed. We haven't seen them since. Let's talk about my new job. Check it out. I work for the president, and I'm on a trip to Europe to rescue the princess, his daughter. Well, the intro goes along those lines, right? But it just disappointed the hell out of me to know that Umbrella, the biggest threat, is suddenly out of the picture because their stocks were low. That's like too real, too boring. I made a whole video talking about that, so you can watch that for a whole discussion focused on that topic alone. But as you can see, it just didn't feel like a proper conclusion to the one and only threat that started it all in the first place. There would be no success with Resident Evil's story if Umbrella was not involved. It's only fair that if Umbrella goes down, it goes down hard. And this, not mentioning at all Umbrella's downfall, it's the best news any Resident Evil fan could possibly get right now. There's a chance that they can rewrite the next sequels so that they actually involve Umbrella and make the story feel like it connects with the previous events. Because we all know that after Raccoon City was gone, the story just didn't feel the same. Sequels and spin-offs just didn't feel like they connected with one another. But now, it's possible to fix all that and successfully conclude the story of Umbrella. Unbelievable, right? Maybe I should pump the brakes. I don't want to get my hopes up this high, but so far, I'm seeing more and more good news over the past few days. As you all know, I wasn't expecting at all to see Krauser in the remake along with certain locations and features. I wasn't expecting to see the announcement of Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4. And I sure as hell was not expecting to see the RE4 Remake's intro not include a word about Umbrella's fall off screen. This all just sounds too good. But what do you think? Are we all on the same page here for once? Or did I miss anything that wasn't technically an improvement? Let me know in the comments. That's it for the video. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this video, and if you truly enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content from this jabroni. I cover lore videos, facts, movies, and game reviews, all based on my favorite franchises such as Resident Evil, The King of Fighters, Mortal Kombat, Celebrity Deathmatch, The Mask, Dragon Ball, The Terminator, TMNT, and more. I'd like to give a very special thanks to all my Patreon supporters. This video is for you, and I hope you like seeing your name at the end credits of this video. And if you too would like to see your name at the end of a new vid, be sure to join my Patreon, where you also get to receive exclusive videos and updates such as new art panels for my Resident Evil Outbreak comic that I'm working on. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video, and remember to have an awesome day.